Hi, I'm Lawson. I'm a writer and YouTuber. My writing appears on Medium.com, Newsbreak.com, WordPress.com. I have a blog on WordPress, and I'm also a guest blogger on another site. Basically, if you just Google my name, Lawson Wallace, in the search bar, you see my picture with links to all my content. Please leave comments and share on anything that you read. It helps me a lot. And leave comments and share my videos as well. I was asked to talk about being grateful for what you have, gratitude. And it's something that I learned a lot about over the years. I'm grateful. I live in an apartment complex that's less than be. I'd rather have a better place. I'd rather have a car. I don't have a whole lot, and I can't buy my wife what I would like to buy her. But I'm grateful for everything I have, because I don't care how ratty an apartment you have, or it's better than being homeless. It's better than trying to sleep in a noisy, crowded shelter at night with one eye open, keeping an eye on your shoes so they don't disappear. It's better, living in a trailer park like I used to is better than that. Anything's better than that. My trailer that I lived in before everything went bad, it needed work, it was old, the neighbors were insane. But I missed that trailer. It was the first thing I ever bought, a value like that, from biggest thing I ever bought in my life. It was my first place I ever lived on my own. I was really grateful for that trailer. And when I was laying in the bed in the homeless shelter at night with guys sleeping next to me in the beds with like less than an arm's length separating us, if you weren't careful when you rolled over, you'd be in the bed next to you, which was not a good thing. I miss that trailer. It was a lot better than being homeless. You know what I mean? So, no matter how bad you think you have it, somebody has it worse. Be grateful for what you have. It just, and no matter how bad things are, if you keep trying and keep working at it, things will get better. As long as you don't give up hope, as long as you don't give up at all, as long as you keep trying. I met a lot of people in Minneapolis that just gave up. The last few years in Minneapolis, I was sent to what they call transitional housing. A small room. The bed, there was no running water, no bathroom. The bed was just like a wooden box type thing with a really thin rubber mattress. Killed my back. I love that room. I was by myself. I could walk around in my drawers or naked if I wanted to. You know, there was no running water, no food allowed in the room. Everybody cheated. Everybody brought food in the room anyway. But compared, I had a place to sleep at night by myself. I could stay in the room by myself all day without having to hang out in the library or walk the streets for hours. You know, just be happy and grateful. Just appreciate what you have. If you have a roof and you have your sanity and you have your health, you got more than a lot of people. You know, just don't measure your worth or your happiness by stuff, by how much stuff you have, because that stuff can go away in a minute. You know, so that's my thoughts today on gratitude. You know, be grateful for what you have. Appreciate the family and friends you have. And if you have somebody that loves you, appreciate them and be grateful for that. A lot of people don't have anybody. A lot of people have burned their bridges and hurt so many people because of their addictions and stuff, and nobody wants to be around them. Their families don't want to be. I've met people like that. So appreciate what you have and be grateful for it, because it all could be gone in a minute. And some people will kill for what you have. I'll talk to y'all later. Leave more suggestions, and I'll make more videos. Take it easy.